Everybody, it's Amanda Jessup, Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialist. Welcome to my class. This is a Refresh, Renew, Recovery workout. We're going to be focusing on the low backs. We'll be doing some activation exercises, some dynamic and static stretches, a couple of breathing exercises. So you'll like this class if you've had a couple past hard workouts, past couple days, and you need something to kind of get you unstiff and unsore. If you're looking to just start your day and kind of energize your body with a calm mind, or if you're looking to reduce any back pain or stiffness. So the only thing you need, which is optional, you don't have to have it, is a foam roller. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is a breathing exercise to kind of put our nervous system into that rest and digest mode. So you're going to need a wall, and I'm going to use this as my wall, but you want to put your feet up on the wall to where your knees are bent 90 degrees. From here, I'm going to keep the palms up. I want you to put your right hand on your tummy, and when you inhale, I want you to fill up that stomach so that your hand kind of rises up on your stomach. So we're trying to avoid letting the air come through the chest first. We want to start with the stomach. So cycle through, we'll do about 5 breaths. Just exhale naturally, you don't have to force it. All right, well, let's slowly come up to sitting. So first thing we're going to do is some body weight strength exercises to support the low back. So we're going to start with the bridges. So go ahead and lay back on your back, and heels are in close to your glutes here. And let's just start bridging up and all the way back down. So I don't want you to be overarching. What I'd like you to do is almost pull your belly button into your spine, then bridge up. Now, if you don't feel this in your glutes, you feel it more in your quads, go ahead and pick your toes up off the floor. So all your weight is in your heels. Okay, you should feel it a little bit more. And now I want you to bridge up and hold, and we're going to do bridge marches. So you're going to extend one leg out at the time and then back. And so as we alternate and the leg comes out, we don't want our hips to come down. We want to keep them at the same height. If this is too hard, you can just go back to regular bridges. Good, we should really be feeling some glute activation now with this one leg. All right, 2 more. Okay, all the way back down. Now we're going to do an ab exercise because obviously the best thing for low back pain is to make sure that our core is strong. So we're going to lie on our back. Our hands are going to be above our chest, palms facing together. Our knees are going to be bent 90 degrees, and I'm actively pulling my toes back towards my shins. From here, you're going to extend opposite arm, opposite leg, but you're only going to lower the leg enough to where you can still keep that low back flat. We don't want to have a space in between here. And then you'll bring it back. And then now we're going to alternate. So a couple seconds hold. I really want you to think of reaching and extending with that arm and leg as much as you can. Okay, we don't want this to be passive. We're really stretching here. Okay, keep the toes pulled back towards the shins. This is one of those exercises that looks kind of easy, but I guess what they say, it's a lot harder than it looks. Okay, we'll do 2 more. And last one. Good. Okay, come on up to sitting. The first thing we're going to do is some what we call hip decoupling exercises. So what they do is they put some space in between your sacrum and your lumbar that will help kind of reduce any pain that's in that area. So what we need to do is we're going to bring one knee slightly forward than the other, okay? And same with the hand. So my left hand's going to be furthermore than my right. And then you're just going to start rocking back and forth here, okay? So butt going back towards our heels. And you might feel like your body's pulling you to one side or one leg, and that's okay. Just let it go naturally. So we have to do this with the other knee forward, so we'll do that next. Okay, let's do 3 more. And last one. Okay, so now I'm going to bring my right knee forward, and my right hand is going to be a little more forward than my left. And then I'm going to rock back again. This time we're feeling it more in the right hip. You might feel like one side is maybe tighter than the other. If that's the case, you can always go back after this class, and I highly recommend doing another set on the tighter side, because when one side is tighter than the other, that can lead to imbalances, and imbalances can lead to pain and injury while you're working out. Let's do 2 more. And last one. Okay, the other hip decoupling exercise we're going to do, we're going to start in a frog stretch position. So you're going to come out with your legs till you feel somewhat of a stretch in the inner thighs. Now, you don't want it to be where it's in excruciating pain, so don't go too deep. Okay, and then our knees are going to be bent 90 degrees, okay? First, I'm going to walk my hands over to the right, and I'm going to take this left leg and let it rotate forward, okay? Now, with your range of motion, you may not be able to get as much movement as I did, but that's okay. Just work with what you have. And then we're going to bring our hands over to the left side, and the right leg is going to rotate, okay? So we're just going back and forth doing that. So we're starting to really stretch out all the tissues around the hip joint, the lumbar. Okay, we'll do 2 more. Okay. All right, so next, we're going to do some cat-cow. So when we think about, recovery for a certain body part, we want to think about how those joints actually move. So with the spine, they move in extension and flexion. So we're going to get into a tabletop position here, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And then we're going to inhale. We're going to arch our back, head comes up. Exhale, round that back, really press through those hands. Inhale again. Exhale. All right, so we're going to cycle a couple more. You can go at your own pace. Every time, try to get a little bit better of an arch. And it helps if you kind of focus on sticking your butt out. I know that sounds funny, but it helps you get a little bit more arch in your back. All right, one more here. Okay, awesome. Okay, now we're going to go and we're going to do some windmills. So if you have a pillow or if you have your foam roller nearby, a pillow will work, but we need just something to prop our knee up here. So we're going to lay down. Okay, and I'm resting this right knee on this. My knee is the height of my hip. Okay. Give you a couple seconds if you need to grab something to rest this on. And what we're going to do here, we're going to start with our palms together. And then this top arm, I'm going to flip it over to the back of my hand, and I'm going to start pulling my arm around my head all the way back. And I'm almost trying to ground the back of that shoulder blade into the floor at the farthest point. And then we're going to do it again. So you're making a big, slow circle around your head. Now we're trying to twist to the right. Look at that right hand. And then back. So really trying to get that extension when that arm is out to the side. This one actually feels really good. Okay, let's do one more. Okay, that felt awesome. All right, let's go ahead and go to the other side. So now our left leg's gonna be resting on here. Knee is the hip height. Hands together. Now my left palm, my tools are in my way. Left palm is on the ground, and we're reaching, and then always follow that hand with your eyes. Now we're trying to get the back of the left shoulder blade to the floor. Watch that hand. Now you may feel one side is tighter. Again, I highly recommend you do some extra reps on that side after class, or you can pause the video now. All right, we're going at a nice, easy tempo here. All right, one more. Okay, great. And then last thing we're going to do is a nice figure four stretch. So let's line our back one more time. And we're going to cross one ankle over the knee. We're going to put our hands behind the knee and we're going to pull in. Now, I don't want you to pull in and have that low back curl off the floor. That's not good. We don't want that movement. So keep, your sacrum and your butt bone flat and then try to pull it in. Take some deep inhales. Good. Now you can make it a little more deeper by taking this hand and pressing down on that knee. A little bit of a different feeling there. Or you can just hold it behind your knee. Again, make sure that low back and that tailbone's on the floor. Okay, let's switch. For static stretches, you want to hold them for about 30 seconds, the least amount. See, this side's really tight for me, so I'm definitely going to be going back. You can press that knee away from you, a little bit different of a stretch. All right, and release. Okay, let's just rotate our knees back and forth, nice and slow. This is a great class to do if you've been sitting at a desk all day, or maybe you have traveled sitting on an airplane. Okay, so a bonus exercise. So I actually have chronic Lyme disease, and it forced me to learn about our vagus nerve. Okay, this is a big nerve that literally intersects every organ in the body. It controls heart rate and digestive function and respiratory rate. And a lot of times it can become unstimulated and not worked properly. And it's really tied to the fight or flight response, okay? So we're going to do an exercise that tones the vagus nerve, that sends a message to our body, hey, everything's good, everything's calm. So what I want you to do is go ahead and lie on your back. Your legs will be extended. You're going to clasp your hands together and cradle it on the back of your head. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to keep your head straight as it is, but you're going to look as far as you can to the left without moving your head. And you're going to do this until either one of two things happen. You swallow, or you cough, or you sneeze. Okay? So go ahead, keep that head facing up, but the eyes are turning left. It might take you longer than somebody else, but we'll just keep doing it. So I just swallowed, but I'm going to let y'all go a little bit more just in case. Now, if you already did that, then what you're going to do now is you're going to look to the right and do the same thing. Okay, I'll give you a couple more seconds. Okay, so if you didn't have the swallowing or the coughing or the sneeze, you can just go ahead after this class and take a little bit more time. That's a great exercise to use if you're like been in a really anxious mood or panicky, things like that. So I appreciate you taking my class today. I highly recommend you go to my channel. I am somewhat new, but you can hit the follow button. Whenever I upload a new video, you will get a notification. And of course, reviews are really appreciated on all my workouts. I constantly strive to serve you all better. So I hope you have a great Sunday.